Hey everyone, how you doing? I just want to let you know that I am in Geek Heaven. Okay, that's a little extreme. I know I've seen setups that are a lot better than mine, but I'm still pretty happy with what I have. First off, this is what I used to have. Main screen, keyboard, mouse, controlled by KVM, so I can switch back and forth between work and home. Had a second screen on the left for home, and I use the laptop screen on the right for work. So I always have my main focus here, but no matter what I was doing, I had a second screen dedicated to that particular system. That worked pretty good for several years. But as I got older, my eyes got a little weaker. That screen started giving me grief. It's a little bit smaller, it's a little bit lower resolution, and believe it or not, that extra depth made it hard for me to focus. I found myself having to lean in or squint or both to try to read what was on the laptop screen. And it just got kind of old. And then one weekend, I worked 30 hours straight. Almost 30 hours straight. I had a 2-hour break in the middle. Hope you didn't know. By the end of that 30 hours, I had a stiff neck and a headache from all the squinting and leaning trying to read what was on that screen. I said, enough is enough. And I went out and got myself another monitor. So this is what I ended up with. Still have the main screen and keyboard and mouse. That's whatever I'm focused on that's set up. I put my work, made this one my secondary work screen. Remember, it used to be stuck behind in that bookshelf. And I bought a real nice, large touch screen to use as my secondary screen for home. So now I still have one screen that's dedicated to whatever I'm working on, one screen dedicated to home, one screen dedicated to work. And oh man, it's been so much nicer having this be the same resolution, same size, and same distance from my eyes. It just made worlds of difference. Then I got to thinking, both of these flat screens have multiple inputs. It wouldn't take much to change it so that I could have all three screens set up on one system. All three of them to work. Or takes a few button pushes, but it's not a big deal. Or all three of them set up for home. Now you might be thinking 3 monitors, isn't that overkill? That's what I thought too, but I figured what the heck, I got them. Might as well wire them for it. But you know something? The longer I've had them, the more often I found myself putting them in 3-screen mode. For work, I might have my email and instant messaging on this screen. I might have a word processor where I'm writing procedure on this screen. I might have a program on this screen running, and that's what I'm writing the procedure about. So I can see the program and write the procedure. And for home, I can have, for instance, a word processor running over on this screen where I'm taking some notes. I can have my legacy family tree programming running on this screen so that I can be updating my family tree based on the notes. I can have a website over here that I'm using to do research, and have all these screens open and visible, full size, all the time. Could I do it on one screen? Yeah, I could squeeze them all on one screen, but it'd either make itty-bitty little windows, or I'd have to do a lot of alt-tabbing between screens in order to see everything. It's just so nice having 3 screens. And by the way, some people have asked why I don't put this nice big touch screen over here in the center. That's just because this is a CRT, and in this corner desk unit, it's the only place the CRT will fit. Maybe someday I'll replace the CRT with another flat panel. Who knows? Both of the flat screens are on arms, so I can rotate them from landscape to portrait. And it takes it a few seconds to adjust itself. And I don't know if you'll actually be able to see this image on this one. Like I say, it takes a few seconds to adjust it. Often you change the orientation. Not that often. You're either going to have it one way or have it the other. And this one I can also rotate. put it on portrait. And this setup works real nice for some web pages that are really tall or have a lot of information. I can see a lot more info on one screen. And depending on what I'm working on, I can bring this one out, down, and have it set up in this format. So I can use the touch screen to go to different websites, scroll up and down. This page doesn't happen to have much info to scroll on, but without having to reach up, I can just have all the info right there in front of me. Okay, here's one that has some information. I can just scroll it. Having it nice and convenient this way works real good. Or if I'm really feeling wacky, I can unclip it from the monitor arm, and I have one of the darn biggest tablets that you've ever seen. Granted, it's a little heavy, and it's still tethered, but what the heck? I can still sit back and relax in the chair and play whatever I want to play with. So that's it in a nutshell. I just thought I'd share this with you. I think it's kind of a cool setup. Have a good one.